Hey, folks, it is Wednesday. It's the last Wednesday of the month. I cannot believe it is June 30th. That is insane to me. But we are at the last Wednesday of the month, and this month we have been talking to homeowners and really focusing on ways to up the value, take advantage of the value of your home, and really invest in the blessing that you've been able to partake in, because being a homeowner is truly a blessing. And so I really am enthusiastic, no matter what's your budget, no matter where your range is, for people to be able to um, continue to allow your asset to appreciate and take care of what you currently have, and are able to continue to add value to it. So this month we've been talking about ways to add value. We've talked about several spaces. We've talked about kind of the big ticket items, your kitchen, your bathrooms, these ways where we can add value to homes, and some of the things that are kind of lower on the radar. So like your attic space or basement space. And today we're going to round it out with your garage space. So a lot of times garages are kind of like pushed to the side. They're viewed as like the dumping ground for all things that don't need to be in the house. Or, sometimes they're kind of deemed like the man cave, or, the man space. But really, you can add and continue to, not only take advantage of the value you can put into a garage for, if you're going to resell a property, but also for while you're living in your home. So having garage space can be very valuable. And one thing that I found, you don't have to dump a lot of money into your garage. You don't have to dump a whole lot of time into it necessarily. But the more organized your space is, it's not always going to be the cleanest space, because it's literally kind of, if you have an attached garage, it's your transition from the outdoors inside. Or if you have a detached garage, it's further away from the house. But so it's not always going to be the cleanest. But organization is really key in these spaces, and making sure you have a system and that it's organized, and it doesn't just become a dumping ground or a breeding ground for all things overflow in your house. And so the more you get a system or start to organize that space, the better off that you're able to utilize it, and it doesn't become something that you dread going out to. If a space is typically more organized or it has order to it, you're able to utilize it better. You're able to find things better, store things better, all of the things. So the main thing that I want to touch on today about adding value to, especially garage space, or maybe a detached outdoor space, is really just focusing on organizing it, giving it a system, deciding what you want to store there, what's going to be stored there, how to do it, and what's the best way that's going to suit, so that you're actually getting the use out of this space, and it's not something you're just paying for. So like a lot of spaces, especially like we talked about last week, people are paying for these spaces in their homes. They're a part of their mortgage, and half the spaces aren't even really utilized to the way the fullest capacity to what they can be. And so really, a lot of people, when they think about getting value out of their home, they think about resale, but are you actually getting value out of every square foot of your house while you're living there? So those are all things that really kind of come into play, especially when we talk about spaces like basements or attics or garages. And so they're not necessarily like the number one thing that people think of as far as adding value, but this is space that typically is underutilized and can be more, even more maximized, even while you're living in your home. So think about ways. It doesn't have to be a huge venture. I stated a couple months ago that organization is not a task. It is literally a process, something that's continually done, and that you continue to add on to. So don't think of it as like a one and done thing. It's just something you continue to integrate and incorporate into your lifestyle and your work. And so organizing that garage can bring a lot more value to your home and your space. And it really can help you to get the most out of what you're paying for, what you've invested in. So it's really important to make sure that you are cognizant of that and trying to maximize every square foot of your home. You paid for it, you worked for it. You should, get every use out of every part of your house. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. We're rounding out June. We're going into July strong. I hope everybody's enjoying their summer. It has been rainy in Northeast Ohio, but it's been good. And so I'm grateful that even, reflecting back on last summer, we were kind of on house arrest with everything that was happening with COVID-19. And for this summer, at least being able to get out, enjoy the weather, enjoy things a little bit more now that things have opened up a little bit. And so I hope you're making the most out of your summer and your time. You're getting the most value out of this summer. But it's been good talking with you all. I hope you're having a great week, and the best day of the week is only 2 days away. And I'll be excited next week to talk with you about the next and new topic that we'll be introducing for July. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. If you have any questions or, are interested in more tips and tricks, or you missed some of our lives, you can always visit www.desired-designs.com. And we've got all the blog posts, all the goodies, all of the tips and tricks posted there. So feel free to visit us. And if you have any inquiries about design for your specific home and adding value to your home, feel free to DM me on Instagram or Facebook. So talk to you guys later. Have a great week. See ya.